Let's begin today's event by invoking the blessings of the Almighty. I would like to invite Ajit Krishna from BCom final year for the prayer. Ajit, over to you.
Hari Om. कुन्देन्दु तुषार हारधवला या कुन्देन्दु तुषार हारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्ड मण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्कर प्रभृतिभिः देवै सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निशेषजाड्यापहा। Hari Om.
Thank you, Ajit. Next, I would like to call upon Dr. Soumya for the welcome address.
Thank you. The National Service Scheme is a major youth development scheme operating under the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of India, and is targeted at improving the overall personality among youth. And we are gathered here for the formal launch of the NSS unit at Chinmaya Vishwavidyapeeth. Respected Vice Chancellor Professor Ajay Kapoor, the torchbearer of Chinmaya Vishwavidyapeeth, comes with his rich experience developing the student community across institutions around the world. I am sure he has a lot in store for us as well. On behalf of the entire university, I extend a warm welcome to you, sir. Professor Srivalsa Kumar, Dean Academics, with his background in psychology, has extensive experience in student development. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the function, sir. Professor Lakshmi Narayanan, Director Organization Development, has held academic as well as administration positions and has been advising us on getting our NSS unit operational. I am pleased to welcome you to the event, sir. I also welcome the program officers of the NSS unit, Dr. Bindu MP and Dr. Nagendra Pavna, for the launch of the event. Along with them, I am also pleased to welcome all the Acharyas to the launch of the NSS unit at CVV. Students are the main drivers of the NSS activities. The NSS unit is for the students, by the students, and of the students, with the faculty mentors. I welcome all our dear students for the function. Administration and engagement team have been working tirelessly with the NSS program officers to coordinate the event to get the formal launch today. A very warm welcome to these events. I also extend a warm welcome to our IT, media, finance, library teams, and everyone and all present for the function. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for that warm welcome. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others, were the words of Mahatma Gandhi. As we all know, today we are gathered here for the inauguration of the NSS wing of CV. But before that, it is essential that we all know what it is, what we can expect from it, and how it's going to function. Next, I would like to invite Dr. Bindu MP, NSS coordinator at CVV, to tell us more about it.
Okay, thank you, Anagashri. Thank you. So, before moving to my presentation, very good morning to all. Hari Om, respected Ajayji, dear colleagues, other distinguished personalities, and those who are presented here. Today it's a happy morning for me, and I'm extremely happy and privileged to be the part of this launch of our CVV NSS unit. And as you all know, today we are gathered here for the launch of NSS. So I think I'll say a brief introduction about what NSS and how it's function in a university setup. So I will share the PPT. Yes, hope is visible. Okay. So what is a national service scheme? The national service scheme is an Indian government sponsored flagship program, and it is conducted by the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports for the government of India. And National Service Scheme, it's popularly known as NSS in short, is an extension of activity to the higher education system to orient the student youth to community service while they are studying in education institutions. And actually, the history of NSS, the National Service Scheme, was launched on 24th September 1969 by then Education Minister Dr. V.K. Rao with 4,000 NSS volunteers. But now in India, we have 3.5 million students across 396 universities. And the efforts of NSS volunteers have been widely acclaimed by the community, universities, college, and general public, as the NSS volunteers have been rendering selfless service to the community. So what is the overall objectives of NSS? Development of students' personality through community service. And what is the goal of NSS? Education through community service and community service through education. Authority is the authority. All the NSS activities in university and its constituent colleges, if any, are organized under the surveillance of the Vice Chancellor. What are the principal elements of NSS? There are 4 principal elements in the NSS program process. They are student, teachers, community, and the program. Nature of NSS. NSS is a voluntary scheme. Motto, not be, but you. And badge, this is NSS badge. So that is all about the service rendered by the NSS to the society and community. And motto, the badge reflects the essence of democratic living and uphold the need for selfless service to the society or community. NSS helps students to develop their own personality and also helps others to appreciate other person's point of view. That is why the motto, not me, but you. And when actually NSS Day, the NSS Day is observed on 24th September every year. What are the various activities? There are mainly 2 types of activities, regular activities and special camp program. And the regular activities is adoption of villages and identify the coordinating or voluntary organization and work in collaboration with voluntary organization. And NSS can work for betterment of education, health, and environment. And the regular activities are the NSS volunteers generally work in villages or slums and voluntary agencies to complete 120 hours of regular activities during an academic year. So we have to identify 120 hours of regular activities. Then the special camping programs, 7 days NSS special camp. It is compulsory for all the volunteers to attend 7 days NSS special camp beside regular activity. So 1 camp in 2 years of volunteership. Then how one can join? Simply by enrolling or registering yourself in NSS unit that we already circulated the NSS volunteer form through the program officer concerned. And before joining, you must be a bona fide student of school, college, or university. And how much time for NSS activity? Total 240 hours social service in 2 years duration, of which 20 hours for orientation courses, 30 hours for camp work, and remaining 70 hours for community services in a year. Further, additional camping 7-day special camp will be attended by the NSS volunteers in adopted village. What sort of benefit? So those students, those who are actively participated in NSS activity can get some weightage during admission in higher education, higher studies, and other benefits as decided by the institutions and university. What is the student in NSS non? The student in NSS non, NSS volunteer. And what is the pride of NSS volunteer? Of course, it's NSS badge, NSS certificate issued by the university, and identity card. These are the pride of NSS volunteers. And what are the obligation of NSS volunteer? To work for 2 continued years along with their studies, putting in 120-hour service each year and participating in 1 special camping program, that is adopting a village. And you should maintain NSS diary. So all the NSS volunteers should maintain day-to-day regular work report and special camping report. These are considered as the record book for issuing the certificate. And all the volunteers, those who are actively participated and complete 7 days camp should get that NSS certificate. And a volunteer who has completed 240 hours, that is 120 hour 2 year, regular activities and 7 days special camp in adopted village is entitled to get NSS certificate duly signed by program officer, principal, or the vice chancellor of the university program coordinator. And that is all about NSS. So as a NSS, one of the coordinator of NSS at CVV, I request all the newer students to join for this venture, and this should be a very helpful and it should help you to develop your personality as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Bindu ma'am, for giving us a clear-cut idea on the functioning of the NSS in our CVV family. Moving forth, I would like to invite our Vice Chancellor, Professor Ajay Kapoor, for the launch and inaugural address.
Wonderful to see this great initiative taking place under the leadership of many people here. Now, before I formally launch the program, let me give my thanks and welcome my colleagues here. So, Lakshmi Narayanan ji, Soumya ji, Sri Valsa ji, and then Bindu ji, Nagendra Pavna ji, who have been instrumental in today, and I think Rishabh and Anaga and a couple of students have been working very hard, because I joined about 15 minutes earlier and I noticed they were already there. So very good to see that kind of spirit in the campus and students working hard. Now, when I look at these things, my first question is that, okay, what is there for the student? Why should it? It's a good plan. Government wants us to do it. We are keen, but why should a student join this? Is there any benefit for the student? I'll categorically say yes. I'll give you my example also. Long time back, probably most of our students were not even born. At that time, when I was studying, I decided to choose NCC. And there is National Cadet Corps and there is this NSS. And as part of that, I benefited greatly. I learned flying. I became a pilot, private pilot. Not that I wanted to do that as a career, just wanted to do that. And then aero modeling used to be very common. You make model planes and they will fly. And then I participated in many national championships, and I was just actually digging out my old files recently and found a picture also where I'm being given, I think, the first prize in free something aircraft. So a small aircraft, but that did very well in, I think it was in Palam Airport, Delhi in those days. So what does that do? It opens so many opportunities for students. You can go try things out. So my personal experience is that they were very, very good. I could meet many people, not only from my own class and university, but from others as well. Secondly, I attended many camps, week-long, 10-day-long camps in Hyderabad and other places. So that sort of opens up the whole world. And then The other thing is that if you consider from a student's perspective, your own development and the need for higher education, the many things a student is doing. Of course, they are learning new things, new knowledge, new skills. That is all happening. They're needed for surviving in today's world. You also need to survive in today's society. So you need to understand what society is. Binduji knows very well that what you see just around you is not the only society that we are part of. There are many more things. Some are not as fortunate as we all are. They need our help. After all, they are also our own country people, our own people. So how do you know what is there? So this provides a very good way of engaging with that. And that certainly will open your horizons. If you notice United Nations development programs, 17 of them, some of the top ones are the ones that you can apply even here. So that is very wonderful. So with all that, I can only say that it's really good to have this program at our place. And Soumya ji and the team who worked tirelessly to get this, they deserve our thank for this. And then I am very supportive of any such activity, and certainly this activity, and I will keep on supporting it. And I would like to see as many of you, our students, to go and join it and benefit by it and provide benefit to the society. Wonderful things we'll see later on also, how much good work our young students are doing. Makes me feel very proud of all of you. So with that, I like to invoke Puji Gurudev, Swami Chinmayananda's blessings on us and launch this program. All my best wishes, advance wishes. Okay. So Hari Om.
Thank you, sir, for taking time off from a busy schedule and being here with us today for launching the NSS as well as sharing your experience. Moving on, I would like to invite Professor Lakshmi Narayanan, Director of Organization Development, for delivering the felicitation address.
Esteemed Vice Chancellor of our great university, Dr. Ajay Kapoor, distinguished Dean of our university, Dr. Srivalsa, the active, service-minded NSS Program Officer, Dr. Bindu, respected Registrar, dear colleagues, beloved NSS students, guests and invitees. Good morning to all of you. I am delighted to be here to participate in the inaugural function of our NSS unit in our university. I will say that today is a red letter day in the history of CVV. When I joined this university a few months back, my question to the people here was that do we have an NSS unit in our campus? Because I am very much interested in the activities of NSS, and I have been involving myself in the NSS activities for more than 40 years in my career. When they said, no, sir, we don't have an NSS unit as such, but we have a Seva unit headed by Dr. Bindu, and that unit is taking care of all the service activities. I was happy. Today, I am happier because the NSS unit has been launched by the golden hands of our Vice Chancellor. And the launching marks the service system inside the campus. After assuming office, our Vice Chancellor is initiating a number of things for the welfare of the students and the faculty, and also for the growth of the campus. And he is infusing new blood, enthusiasm, and dynamism in the minds of students as well as teachers through his excellent leadership. And he has been guiding us in academic reforms and also the student related activities such as mentorship. And he has energized the efforts of our faculty members in the area of research. And he has added one more feather to our cap by inaugurating the NSS unit. I cannot but appreciate our Vice Chancellor for being with us in all our activities, and I am sure with his able guidance and leadership, our university will reach heights, new heights. Dr. Bindu, the new NSS officer, met me a few days back to discuss about the launching function and other things. When I interacted with her, I was able to observe her keen interest and involvement in the NSS activities, and I am sure that NSS will have a lot of activities for the benefit of the society. And already she has been carrying out a plethora of seva activities, and now she is now given additional power to enhance her activities. I congratulate you, Dr. Bindu, and I wish you all success in all your endeavors. I am sure you will lead our NSS team to a great success. And a few words about NSS. The primary requirement in NSS is service to the needy. The logo or the principle of NSS is not me, but you. It is given in the logo of NSS, and the focus is on others, not on the self. If you come across people in life, in society, you will find that not everybody is interested in the service, in doing service or in rendering service. People spend more time in their personal issues and activities, but very few come forward to render service. And I will say that those who involve in service activities are really blessed, because they spend more time on others, make people happy when they need some help. It may be flood situation, it may be heavy rains, it may be a fire accident, it may be a crowd control, it may be awareness program. NSS always take the lead, and it's always in the forefront. I am sure our NSS team will participate in many of the activities that are expected from them, and bring laurels to our campus and the university as best NSS team in this area. At this juncture, I am tempted to say a small story. Hope you will be ready to listen to it. Actually, this is not a story. This has actually happened a few years back in a foreign country, namely United Kingdom. There is a hospital, and one father was taking his child to the doctor because the child was in a very serious condition. And when he approached the hospital authorities, the nurse said, "The doctor is on the way, you please wait." And the father of the child waited for some time, and he became impatient And at one time, or one stage, he started shouting at the nurse. And the nurse said, please keep cool, keep cool. The doctor will arrive within a short time. After some time, the doctor came and attended to the child and gave the medicines and the treatment and other things. And when the doctor was arriving inside the hospital, the father was so excited and angry. He shouted at the doctor and said, why you are coming late? Don't you know the problems and seriousness of the patients? And if you are coming late, what type of respect we have for you and all? The doctor was patient and he entered into the hospital, immediately attended the child, and after a few minutes he came out. And again, the father of the child went to him and said something, shouted. And the doctor silently went out. At that time, the father of the child went to the nurse. What is this? I am shouting at them. He doesn't bother about the patient's father and all. He has no manners and all. And then the child said, the nurse said, you know, the doctor lost his son yesterday. Now he has to take the body to the cemetery. And now when I called him that you are here with your child in a very serious condition, immediately he rushed to the spot and treated your son, and then he has gone out. You see, this is the actual. Of course, it may be, he may be professionally required to be there, but the doctor, you know, suffered some humiliation in spite of doing his service. I am telling you, when you render services to the people, you may come across many situations. People may abuse you, people may ill-treat you, people may humiliate you, people may not welcome you. They may criticize you also, but don't bother about all these things. Have one thing in your mind: service to the people. If it is there, then that means you have done what is expected of you. I am sure you will be an excellent model in service to others. I wish you all success. I thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to speak a few words. Thank you very much. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir, for sharing all your experiences with us. Next, I would like to invite Professor Srivalsa Kumar, Dean of Academics, to deliver the felicitation address.
Respected Vice Chancellor, Professor Ajay Kapoor, respected Director, Organizational Development, Professor Lakshmi Narayanan, dear Dr. Soumya, very dear Dr. Bindu, who came and invited me even before I assumed office as Dean Academics, and my very dear faculty members, staff members, and very, very dear students. About NSS and its functions and its objectives, everything has been well explained by Dr. Bindu and subsequently other speakers as well. I'm not going to say anything about it. But I have a dimension to look into. Probably I would also want my students to look through that wisdom. As a person who was an active member of NSS as a student, especially when I was an undergraduate student, and who has attended a few camps, including an international integration camp, I would say that was something, you know, that opened different vistas to me as a student then, which I did not realize when I planned to join it. I should be honest. I joined NSS not with a motivation of getting involved into nation building process. I should be honest. I just joined NSS because that time during our studenthood, you know, what used to happen was that if you have an NSS certificate for your higher studies, you get some grace mark. So I thought, let me get into it. I went to the NSS officer here. We have a wonderful person, Dr. Bindu. She is very much at it. I was watching her from a distance always, her activities through Seva and things like that. You have a very good NSS officer now. Like this, we also had a very good NSS officer. It was also a lady. I walked into her office and joined NSS. Subsequently, I can tell you, I was very active in NSS because that helped me to be grounded always as a student. Probably how far we are grounded through our parenting, it is doubtful. And our opportunities to get grounded, to be the part of reality and accept the reality, probably, especially these days, we don't get from our families. Because we are, our parents want not to know any of the difficulties. And they want always their children to have all the comforts, especially the current generation, I'm telling. So this is a tremendous opportunity to get yourself grounded. See, for example, I can tell you, initially in psychology, as well as even Upanishad speaks about our selfishness. We all are selfish, no doubt. And any action that we engage in will have a selfish component in it, nothing wrong in it. At the same time, we have something else called altruism. In psychology, we say altruism, which is, our selfless regard for others. And on altruism also, we people stand at different junctures. Examine yourself. How much concern you have for other people, right? And if your concern is less, I'm telling you, you get into villages, you look at their lives, you work with them, and I'm telling you, that will teach you a lot of lessons. I'm very sure that your level of altruism stands to get accelerated or enhanced, I would say. And even I say you study, you join different programs in various universities or colleges with a major objective of building your future. That is also perfectly placed. Nothing wrong in it. We all want to do it. We also wanted to do it. But at the same time, I am telling you today, your academic degrees will not help you to achieve that goal also. Maybe I'm telling you this may be you may take it as if it's a personal dimension. Yes, that's also the part of our lives. Today, I'm telling you, the more you get engaged in these kinds of the activities, especially NSS targets involving students in the process of nation building, that feeling is something tremendous, I'm telling you. There is a saying, it always gives you more pleasure in giving than taking. We have been taking, I'm telling you. From the known as well as unknown people, let's also give back something. Give back to the society. That gives you a wonderful feeling. In psychology, we say there is at one stage in your life, you start taking stock of your own life. That time, you will not be happy with the position that you have. You will not be happy with the money that you have. And what you gave, what contribution did you have in the lives of other people? That is one of the major components which will audit your life in a favorable way. And so, I mean, as Dr. Bindu said, through this process, this has got a great impact on our personality development as well as your future building. And let me tell you, you don't have any single reason which will convince me not to join NSS. I'm telling you, if you have, not now. You can talk to me, you can write to me. This is my reason. I have a reason and I will address those concerns. I'm very much available for that. If you have a good reason to convince me. Otherwise, I would say, I don't know. I'll have a word with Dr. Bindu and Dr. Nagendra Pavana later, just to have more idea about how it is progressing. But I don't know how many of you have joined. If still students are there to join, it's my advice, I would say, take this as an opportunity, join NSS, as much as possible participate. I don't say that you dedicate your life, because you also have to take care of your academics as well. So along with that, how you integrate these two aspects of education together, social service and education going together, that would help you in your future as well. So my advice to all my students is, if you have not joined, join it. If you feel that I'm not able to join because of certain reasons, please let us know. We would also try to help you. and so that when you walk out of this campus as a graduate, you should have this aspect of your personality also stronger. I would like to really congratulate our Vice Chancellor, Professor Ajay Kapoor, for leading this initiative at our university level and making it a reality today. I know that a lot of works had to be done behind it. This is where I would like to also congratulate Dr. Soumya, the registrar in charge, who was behind, I suppose, in the launch as well as the administrative aspects of launching this program. Definitely, I know that probably Dr. Bindu would have been working, extra hours to make this a reality, and it's a good gesture from her side to accept or to take up this responsibility. I would like to congratulate Dr. Bindu as well, and Dr. Nagendra Pavana, who is also one of the coordinators of this program. I'm very sure that these two dynamic people, very young faculty members, would make our NSS initiatives a vibrant one, which will go down the lane. And all the staff members and everybody who is involved in this process, I would like to congratulate as well as appreciate now. And finally, I would say the most important thing is the students who are the part of the NSS today, as well as who are going to be the members of NSS from today onwards. I congratulate all of you for your initiative as well as your decision to be the part of this noble feature of your education. And I would like to wish you all the very best in your future endeavors in connection with NSS. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. And we also hope to give our best for the NSS family. Now, next, I would like to give you all a small idea of Seva at CVV. It is an initiative by the students who volunteer to serve the society through activities. We try to give back to the society more than we take through various programs that are aimed at the upliftment of the society.
SRSG is one such initiative by the volunteers of Seva at CVV. SRSG, or Social Room for Study Groups, is an initiative that the students have taken up and are conducted for classes 7 to 10 on every Saturdays. In this program, the volunteers try engaging all the students through fun activities and games and try to ensure that learning is made fun and that they bridge the gap that these kids felt during this online education era. These classes are provided both offline as well as online to give them a wholesome experience. The offline classes are mainly conducted in our campus itself. The core team that is working behind this is Meenakshi Nair, Ashwin Rajiv, S. Sharda, and Devangana Manish from second year BSc Applied Psychology honors. And to honor and to appreciate and honor these volunteers for their efforts and commitment, the Edakatuvail Panchayat honored these students on Gandhi Jayanti. Congratulations to all the volunteers who have been working behind this.
Thank you, Anaga. I would like to invite our beloved Vice Chancellor, Professor Ajay Kapoor, to felicitate our volunteers.
Again, it is so good to see not only NSS getting launched today, but in fact, seeing that even before that, under the guidance of Binduji and other colleagues, all this has been happening. And it really warms my heart up, and I'm feeling so proud of you all. I can't tell you. I mean, this is something which is really needed in our country, and you all, even during these tough times of COVID, where everybody is just focused on themselves, you have decided to focus on others. And what better to do than to go and actually start giving them education? Nothing better than that. And going there, teaching them there, bringing them to CVV, teaching them here. So from my side, many thanks to all the young students. And after all, they're very young, they're like children yet, but even at this age, they can rise above that and think of others. Most children, as Shivasaji was also saying, and parents are thinking just about themselves, and their parents are also providing that support and all that. So really very, very good to see that. I'm very proud of you all, really proud of you. Looking forward to reaching CVV in December and meeting you personally as well, and talking to you that what your experiences are in that process and what else can we do to help you more, to help them more. So I like to stop here, and I hope that we have got some kind of a certificate, etc., to give to our students so that they can keep it with them and they can feel happy about it, proud of it. And let's also put that in our annual reports and books that this is what our students are doing. Okay, so congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, sir, and congratulations to the volunteers. Now, we would love to hear from them, their experience, and how the interaction with the kids were while conducting the SRSG program. Sharada, would you like to share your experience with us?
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are.
Good morning, everyone. I have been having a wonderful experience being part of the SRSG program. I still remember being very excited and a little nervous for my first class on the campus, but I remember feeling at ease the moment I started interacting with the kids. To be honest, this won't be this successful without the kids. Even when we shifted it to online classes, they've managed to join each and every class without fail. And all the classes that I've taken for them, I have had such an interactive experience, interactive sessions with them. And they've managed to surprise me each and every class. So much so that I started looking forward to taking classes. I'm very happy that I got to do this alongside Meenakshi, Ashwin, and Devangana. And I'm grateful to Bindu ma'am for giving me such an opportunity. And I really hope I get more such opportunities in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharada. Meenakshi, one of you, would you like to share?
Yeah. I will share. So like Shada said, the children surprised us the most because we thought they would be suppressive, like not to interact and all, but they were great. And what I felt and experienced was like, I never thought I would be a teacher or teaching them something, especially maths, because maths is my subject I'm teaching them. So I never thought I would get that great opportunity. Thanks to Binduji about that. And I actually started enjoying everything. So Saturday is something that is crazy for us. We four are like waiting for Saturday. We want to meet them because I believe we four are someone who want to meet more people, want to know them and all. So we started enjoying that. And yeah, it feels great when we are teaching them and they are like, Chechi, we last day for the exam, I use this, or in WhatsApp, like, Chechi, this thing, I have a doubt. So when they are depending on us and they want to know more of the things that we are teaching them, yeah, it feels great. Devangana.
Yeah, I'd like to say the same thing. At first, I was quite skeptical because I knew I was worried I wouldn't be qualified to teach kids. But then I've already been helping my brother for his online classes as well. So I thought it would be something I wanted to do. And I'd like to thank Bindu ma'am for providing me with this opportunity and for encouraging me, and also the other volunteers, my friends, Meenakshi, Sharda, and Ashwin. And I was quite nervous at first, but because the students and the kids interacted a lot, it was more joyful, and I started to look forward again every Saturday to teach them.
Thank you guys for sharing your experience. Hope that you'll be able.
Rishabh, you're on mute.
Thank you guys for sharing your experience. Hope that you will be able to continue this remarkable journey.
Rishabh, Ashwin also. He's also wonderful.
Okay, he's here?
Yeah.
Oh.
He can't unmute it, so.
Hello, Hariom. Am I audible? Yeah. So about my experience. At first, I wanted to teach them for teaching them, as in something that I can give to them. But I didn't expect anything in return at that time. But in the offline classes, I was like excited and I went there, and the children were like really quiet at the beginning, but after some time they started interacting, and I learned that in fact we all are guilty of it. We are not just giving without expecting anything in return, but we are also getting something back. We're getting the pleasure of teaching them. It's not just a teaching experience, it's a learning experience, the learning of teaching. So in our and in online classes, due to connectivity issues, there are some problems, but it was made fun by the kids, and this has been a very wonderful opportunity for all of us. That's what I would like to add. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashin. Sorry for the previous mishap. Thank you guys for sharing experience. Hope that you'll be able to continue this remarkable journey. I'm sure you guys taught a lot and learned a lot too. Keep up the good work. Next, I would like to invite Dr. Nagendra Pavana, the NSS coordinator, for the vote of thanks.
Hari Om to all. Yeah, it's my pleasure to be delivering the vote of thanks to all the people who joined and supported this launching event of this noble initiative, NSS. Firstly, I would like to thank Professor Ajay Kapoor, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of our university, for sharing his experiences that were very inspiring. Imagine learning to fly an aircraft. Okay, so this is something we could really look forward to. May not be flying an aircraft, but definitely many more such inspiring stories that we can add to our own list. And for motivating students, I thank Professor Ajay Kapoor ji. Thank you, sir. And then I also thank Dr. Soumya S., the registrar, who delivered the welcome address, who also has been the key person in getting the necessary official work and approval done for this for the launch of this initiative. My thanks also to Professor Lakshmi Narayanan ji, the Director of Organizational Development of our university, for explaining the role of NSS and the importance of service in our life, and the mindset which we need to have while doing the service. I also thank Professor Srivalsa Kumar, the Dean of Faculties, for the felicitation address. He emphasized on the point which is a very important aspect of our life, that grounding. That is grounding. We need to be aware of our society, where we are, and what we are getting from the society, and what we are expected to give back to it. Thank you very much, sir. It was really inspiring and motivating to hear you. And I also thank Dr. Bindu ji for taking through the presentation and taking the lead in this activity, because I have joined this only on paper. I have not attended even a meeting. So whatever I have to do in the future. But she has already been doing a lot of things even before the launch of the program. Thank you, Bindu ji. And all the students who conducted this program very beautifully. Ajit Krishnan, who did the invocation for the session. Anagashri and Rishabh Nair, who very beautifully conducted the session. And the students who shared their experiences, that is Sharda, Meenakshi, Ashwin, and Devangana, really inspiring experiences. And I also want to thank all the students who are enrolled for this NSS. Not last but not the least, the IT team, without whom this event couldn't have been possible, for beautifully organizing this online event. Thank you, team. And I urge the students to join this initiative in large numbers. As Professor Srivalsa Kumar ji suggested, if you have any doubts, or if you have any fear in your mind that you will not be able to do this, please contact any one of us, or you could directly drop a mail to Shri Sukumarji, who can guide you. Okay. And thank you very much. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir. Now it's time to call an end.
Just a minute, Anaga.
Yes, sir, sure, sir.
Yeah, so Shrikant Menanji has been corresponding with NSS office for starting this NSS unit at our university. Our sincere thanks to him also. Yeah, I'm sorry I missed that. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Now it's time to call an end to today's event. Let us all keep the motto of NSS in our mind, not me, but you, and wrap up this inaugural function with the national anthem. I request you all to follow the necessary rules and etiquettes while the national anthem is being played by the IT. Thank you.
So thank you all for joining with us. Now we are winding up the event. Thank you.